Haven't done this in a few days, so we're gonna rip through it real quick. Cody, get the camera down here on me, would you? First one, Eric Nielsen. Second one, Jeff Charles. Third one, Fidel Ortiz. Fourth one, Jose Cordero. Oh, that one's set up lefty. That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That might be an error.
Good catch.
James Morgan. Kenneth Laird. Oh, that was me. You slip your thumb off it.
Michael says hi.
And Phelan. Hi, Michael. Clint Dotson. Michelle Marchito. David Murphy. William Roddy. John Daniel. That sounds so good. And Connor Borchardt. Cool. I love the sound of these. Hey, would you take this one to somebody and make sure it's supposed to be set up left-handed, or if that wasn't an accident while they were blurry-eyed doing assembly? All right, thank you.
Thanks, Brock.
All right, guys, so batch of OTF's headed out. Let me see, we're doing, today's Tuesday. When are we doing our big announcement for all the upcoming stuff? Is that Thursday?
Looks like Thursday.
Thursday, you guys, we're gonna do a reveal on 8 new knife models, a new kind of participation mechanism for you guys who want to participate in the company a little bit. We have a vault popping up this weekend. It's one of the very last original Praetorian vaults. It's very small also. I don't know, how many knives are in that vault, Cody?
9 or 10.
Yeah, 9 or 10 knives. It's getting down to the very, very tail end. And then the only thing we have is we kept a very, very small amount of parts just in case we have to do maintenance or part replacement or service warranty work for Praetorians over the years. So a lot of neat stuff going on. And dun, 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 dun. I gotta be ready. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's funny, I can do the whole song, right? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, that's the fun I'm gonna have for the day. That's it. We've got some daggers and some Praetorian style blades, and it is a sexy batch of the proofing strikes going out. You know, since we didn't just copy an Ultratech like almost everybody else, except for a couple of people, most of the OTFs you ever see, they're just knockoffs of a Microtech product. It's not what we did. It is markedly different when you open it up. We should do an unbox. We should do an opening up video. Maybe we do that next. Why don't you follow me into my office? We're just gonna open up a knife. Come on. All right, you guys, let's go to my office and open one up.
Cool.
Hey, what's the word?
Rob's gonna look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
And if you want, bring the boxes in. I'll sign them.
Okay, great.
All right. All right, you guys, let me see if I have a tool laying around here. I just happen to have a tool laying around. Let's come over here on the leather table. And I'm gonna saddle up right here.
Gus says Thunderbird is the word.
All right, so we'll dive into our main retaining bolt. Clip off. What we'll do now is we'll uncharge the knife by holding onto it. releasing it so it's not under tension. All the power's taken out. Now I'm going to hold this button down because underneath this button is a, oh, I got Vaseline all over me. Guys, I put a new battery in my truck and I left that battery pull lube. Let me wipe this off. Yeah, so you can put the camera. So I actually use this, and I went to get in my F100. I got a 77 F100 short bed on Sunday, and the battery, I'd had a slow start like on a Friday. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's the alternator or the battery. And then I went out Sunday to start it, and boom, it didn't start. So I went and got a new battery. $220 for a battery. I was surprised about that. And then I put the terminals on it, put grease on top of those. Anyways, we want to deload this, and then the puzzle box top slides off. Now we got to hold this because underneath here to keep there's got to be some play in this button. Maybe not now. Just leave them right there. And so there's got to be a little play in this button. So we've loaded the front with a spring. And now I can show you guys if you want, because everyone's going to want to. So I cover it up when I open this up. And underneath here is a ceramic ball and a spring. And they go in the central compartment of the thumb trigger. Okay, so now when you take it apart, just be mindful of that or it'll kind of go flying. Then this is the shuttle. The shuttle's got interlocking spring keepers, spring in the middle with some dampener material on it. And then we've got the blade itself riding in the channel. We've got a new version of this that'll come out probably later in the year. But this is the tang of the knife. This is the hex locking base. And then you'll see a lot of things done here for weight. And again, this isn't one of the prettiest ones because it's really an initial opening prototype. A couple of locking tabs, you'll see those in here. See if I'll move one with they've got a leaf spring that's in here. We use a leaf spring instead of little coils just because it makes life way easier and they're way more reliable for thousands and thousands of cycles. And then to put the knife back in, you have to, I'll use this so you can see me do it. You have to push the lock tab out of the way, and it locks on this hex, and now it's inside. Now watch as I pull it out. See that? Pushing the tab down. So when this thing comes out, it hits a stop. The stop's not here when it's disassembled. It hits a stop right there, and this tab comes up and locks on this angle right here. And to do this, we wanted to get a lot of blade proportion into here. And to do that, we didn't want the locking mechanism at the end of the knife because it meant we had to cut the blade down for space back here. So you'll see this blade goes all the way to the very back of this knife to work. I mean, every bit of space is used. And we put the locking mechanism on the side or it wouldn't have worked. So it's just kind of the nature of the beast that there's a little bit of side play in it because there's so much blade, and the way we did the weight, it doesn't have a ton of surface area here laterally when it's in the closed position. So you can see what's going on here. You've got very little slide engaging it. That's because we're like, hey, if it's got a little bit of play in here, it's not the end of the world. So again, if you want it to slide into the neutral position, which you need to get it into, you need to push down on the lock tab, get it out of the way, position the knife where you want it, which is somewhere in the middle. You need to lay the shuttle goes in there with the trigger barb upward. You can see how the ramp actuates the tabs in both directions. You can see what holds this together is a series of little interlocking bits that grab on the back side of this like a Japanese puzzle box. So at the end, two places in the middle and at the front. And then of course you have the stop for the blade. So it's all integrated. Why don't we put the trigger back in? See if I can do this.
Should have grabbed tweezers.
That's all right. We should be able to do it with our hands. So I get the spring in there, straight up and down. And then even, I got pretty big hands.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you kind of line it up. Well, it came out. Do this over something dark that's not porous and not smooth, so shit just can't keep rolling. So we get the spring in there. Put the little ceramic ball on it. Once you're there, you got to get this tab to slide it over on this side, and you just go like that, set it down in the groove, because there's a lip on each side of this, and it rides down in that lip. Hold that in place. Take our lid. You'll hear it slides down flat, locks back in place. Put your clip where you want it, which is, for me, on that side. Put the stud in, and then the stud, the retaining bolt, it just is snug. It's not monkey tight, not gorilla tight, just snug. Now, you gotta pull the knife out all the way. And I've honestly, you know, like you guys watching this video, I fouled one, and it's because I had some oil on my hands and my thumb just slipped off the button, so I half-assed it. But I've not had this one misfire on me, not a single time, no matter what direction I'm in, unless I kind of ham-fist it. But I always tell if I like go to grab it and I kind of half off of it, maybe it'll kind of like get a little bit of a. It's just like if you fire a 1911, you know, if you're firing a pistol and you kind of ham-fist it, the pistol won't cycle properly because it needs the proper resistance. If you pull this back sluggishly or push it forward very tepidly, you can kind of, you can like, I can't do it all the time, but if I'm just, if you do just the right thing where I'm moving my hand, moving the mass just the right way, and I kind of ham-fist it and slide off of it, and it'll do something kind of funny, but for the most part, it just goes in and out like a machine gun.
Sippin asked a good question about if you've ever DLC'd one of them, or if you plan to.
I think we did DLC some, and we didn't like the marks that they get going in and out of the blade on the kind of keel of the blade and in the ricoso area. So not sure if we'll be doing that. Maybe we will, and if we do, we'll probably face off the contact points, so you have contrast, looks cool, and you don't get the weird scratches afterwards. Anything else?
That's the comment I saw.
Okay. All right, guys. That's my live video for the day. See you around, sports fans. Greg Medford, Medford, I have 12 PT USA and ASK9s. I'm out!